What is happening, YouTube? It's IttyBittyBlackAlien here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And today we're going to talk about those who have a North Node in Scorpio, meaning that you have a South Node in Taurus. Before I get into it, I would like to let you all know that I do birth chart readings, so hit me up at s.island55@yahoo.com for that, and also follow me on Instagram at Sydney_Island. And I just created a TikTok like 2 days ago, and the information for that is going to be in the video. I'm just trying to see what the rave is all about. Okay, so North Node versus South Node in astrology. Let's talk about that. So the North Node in astrology is pretty much your destiny. Okay, this is the lifestyle that you should be working towards living. Okay, but it's not something that you're used to living. Okay, the South Node is your past. Okay, or your past lives if you believe in past lives. I personally do. If you don't, that's okay. So your South Node is your comfort zone. Okay, this is the way that you have been for the majority of your life. But if you're lucky, you stumbled across astrology and the North Nodes in your early 20s, maybe even your teen years. Hey, if you were under the age of 21 and you stumbled across astrology, you're amazing and I applaud you. And it's going to really benefit you. Especially if you're really focused and you really digesting information and you get what they're trying to tell you. So having a South Node, this is I would say bad habits or habits that you're so used to having that aren't really fulfilling you. Okay, the South Node is the unfulfilling lifestyle that you have been carrying on for however long. Okay, you could be 30 and you're still living in your South Node, or you could be 50 and you finally got out of your South Node and now you're living in your North Node. Okay, so you have a North Node in Scorpio. Well, I want to say that this is a difficult placement for North Node. But don't get discouraged because they're all difficult, okay? Every single North Node is hard, okay? It's just that when it comes to Scorpio versus Taurus, it's difficult because they're although if you have a Taurus sun, Scorpio sun, you can have similarities in personality. When it comes to life path, this is a huge stretch, okay? You're gonna have to go through a lot of change and transformation. So in the title of this video, I most likely will put the word transformation somewhere in the title, because that's what your life path is all about, having a North Node in Scorpio. Scorpio and Taurus are opposites on the birth chart wheel. So if you have a North Node in Scorpio, you automatically have a South Node in Taurus. So what this means is that you are used to living a very Taurus-like lifestyle. Okay, meaning that you were very comfortable, super comfortable. You had your food and your good wine and, your comfortable sex, and you were just so freaking relaxed and comfortable. Maybe not 100% relaxed, because there is something inside of you that's a little bit restless because you're not completely fulfilled with that lifestyle. Okay, you lived a life of luxury, most likely. Of course, not everybody's gonna have experienced being rich and wealthy with this placement, but a lot of people have. And this could also be in past lives. Okay, you're a person who loves materials. You love things. You love collecting things. You love spending your money. Okay, but those things don't fulfill you as much as you want them to. Okay, you have an issue with feeling unfulfilled, with the things you do. You can work a job that pays really well, but still feel unfulfilled. And that's because you're supposed to get in tune with your Scorpio energy, which is a more spiritual energy. You're supposed to get in tune with your more emotional, spiritual side. And when it comes to sex, this is a good placement for someone who, as they live on in life, they may eventually experience a sexual experience that's very spiritual, a merging of souls. If they follow their North Node the correct way, they'll end up having some amazing spiritual sex that is mind-blowing. Okay, I have the opposite of this placement. I actually have a Taurus North Node, so I get the intensity of that Taurus Scorpio duality with your karma. Okay, so I wrote down that you have an issue embracing change. Okay, this is one of your biggest flaws, and you need to work on that because Scorpio energy is about transformation, bro. You gotta transform in this lifetime. You can't keep doing the same things that you've done day in and day out. That's why you don't feel fulfilled, because your soul is bored. Your soul is bored. Your soul needs excitement. Find your passion. That's what this is all about. Find out what makes you passionate, what makes you excited. You need to stop being so, what's the word? What's the opposite for passionate? Dispassionate. Okay. Stop being so much just like logical and rational about things and just being like, oh, like that's just too much, or that's too big of a risk, so I can't take it, because you're just so comfortable with where you are that the thought of changing things is like, why would I do that? Like, I'm chill. Well, comfort is cool, but when it causes you to feel unfulfilled and when it causes your soul to not evolve and grow, then it's a problem. Your soul needs to transform through spirituality, through mystical practices and things like that. This is a very spiritual lifetime for you. And I can be too spiritual having a Scorpio in my south node, okay? But you're supposed to be more spiritual having a Scorpio in your north node. Okay, so in this lifetime, you're supposed to be balancing materialism versus spirituality, okay? You're also supposed to find a balance between your mind, body, and spirit, okay? Because you may operate a little bit too much in your lower chakras, the chakras that's just all about like physical comfort and the comfort of the flesh. But you're really supposed to learn how to operate in your higher chakras, which is the more spiritual chakras, the chakras that help you to feel closer to God and help you to feel closer to your higher consciousness. This lifetime is going to get a little mystical once you start to delve into furthering yourself as far as your North Node in Scorpio. Once you start to delve into that, then you're going to be like, oh wow, like life is really spiritual. There's a deeper meaning behind life. There's so much more to life than just what we see physically. There's so much more to life than just money. Can I repeat that? There's so much more to life than just money. Trust me, I'm a Taurus sun. So there are times when I get so wrapped up in money and how to make my money that I forget how to like enjoy life, And having a Taurus in your south node, you're so wrapped up in just money, 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 money that you forget that that's not why you came here. That's not why any of us came to planet Earth. Especially if you're like a starseed or whatever and you came from another galaxy or dimension. That's not why you came here. You certainly if you're a starseed, did not come down here to stress about money. You came here to evolve spiritually. You came here to have these deep spiritual experiences that change your life forever. You will have these very, very, unique spiritual experiences. And it'll be like this nagging spiritual feeling over you that you feel like you need to like go towards, although you're like, oh, all of my things, my plush pillows and my money and my nice shoes and all of those, you're like, oh, it's so wonderful. And you're like cuddling all of your materials. But then it's like this feeling, like this wildly spiritual, mysterious feeling around you that you really are kind of curious about, but you're maybe a little scared to delve into that energy because, well, maybe you're just not used to it, So don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be afraid to delve into your shadow side and just the darkness of life and, your flaws. So, focus more on things that are more spiritual. You can start doing palm reading if that's something that, entices you. A lot of these people will find that their profession should be more spiritual. Like you may have a very practical profession, but then you find that the only time you truly feel fulfilled is when you're doing something that's a more spiritual job. Like it could be Reiki, energy healing, being a palm reader, or a tarot card reader, or an astrologer. Anything spiritual will make you feel more fulfilled, just as long as it's like healthy. Yeah, you need to learn not to overindulge all the time. Like you're always about your five senses, and you need to learn how to be a little bit like above that. With this placement, you struggle with feeling like super guarded, having a fear of emotional vulnerability, which is something that you actually really need to experience in this lifetime. You are meant to connect with people on a spiritual level. You are. You run away from it though, because maybe it's just unfamiliar, or maybe you're scared, or whatever it is whatever excuse you come up with as to why you can't put your guard down and connect, throw that shit away, okay? Because it's not helping you. You need to learn how to be vulnerable with people and tell them how you really feel. Also with this placement, you may have a calling to be a detective or an investigator, or someone who is meant to delve into like the deeper reasoning behind the human psyche. Okay, well, it can get a little intense, but it's good for you. This intensity is good for you. You also may take an interest in studying, body language and psychology and, the subliminal messages behind things. You must also learn to share, share your energy with other people. Share your ideas, share your feelings, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be scared that people are going to take advantage or things like that. Be smart about it, of course, but don't be afraid to open yourself up for other people to come in, because you really do need that human connection, because maybe you feel a little bit lonely in this lifetime. This is a placement for someone who is meant to be a healer, especially a spiritual healer, but it doesn't have to be spiritual. But you're definitely meant to be a healer. It can be through art, or any form of healing. With this placement, by nature, you are really good at making money. You have a knack for that, because that's that Taurus energy. Tauruses are natural hustlers, okay? I'm saying we because I'm a Taurus sun, can see, different strategies as a way to like bring in more money. So you already got that down pat. You're pretty much secure and set when it comes to the physical. But it's about the spiritual. Are you set in the spiritual? So like you're very independent, and you may have taken care of yourself at a very young age. And so that caused that distrust for people. Maybe you just like didn't really have a support system in your youth, and you had to take care of yourself. But everything happens for a reason, and just use that to help yourself to evolve spiritually. So the basis of this placement is to let go of control and let go of predictability. Let go of things just having like a certain routine all the time. Life is more than that. Like embrace spontaneity, embrace change. You're going to have to transform. And if you keep resisting this transformation that keeps knocking at the door, if you keep resisting that transformation, there's going to be a feeling of unfulfillment, and you may end up just being unhappy in your older age and having to reincarnate back here again to figure it all out. So I suggest with this North Node in Scorpio, go ahead and get in tune with your spiritual energy, because you probably already have psychic abilities that you kind of pass off as like you being paranoid or something, or like you being an overthinker or whatever. But there is something deeper there when it comes to psychic abilities, and you probably have them, and it is completely fine to delve into it, because once you do, you're going to start to feel a lot more free. So materialism versus spirituality, that's what this placement is all about. Embrace change, embrace transformation, and you will be set free. All right. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also subscribe to my second channel called IttyBittyBlackAlien. I recently posted a video on that channel. That is my beauty and fashion channel. I posted a video called Blue Hair Makeup Theme. Yeah, I'm just going all out these days and just exploring. And also check out my cover song. I haven't done cover songs in a hot minute. It's Adele's Cold Shoulder. So check that out. Peace out. You make it look like I'm see-through. Do tell me why you waste our time when your heart ain't in it and you're not satisfied. I know just how you feel. I'm starting to find myself feeling that way too. When you grace me with your cold shoulder, whenever you look at me, I wish I was her. You shower me with words made of nice. Whenever you look at me, I wish I was her.